It came to pass, some 300 years after the death of King Solomon, that Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and all his hosts came against Jerusalem, and the city was destroyed. And they burnt the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and every great man's house burnt they with fire, and they brake down the walls of Jerusalem round about. And all the people that escaped from the fire and the sword were carried away out of their land and were brought captive into Babylon. Now Babylon, which was situated on both banks of the river Euphrates, was already the mightiest city of the world. But King Nebuchadnezzar made it even greater by the forced labor of his slaves. As a delight for his eyes, when he stood on the balcony of his palace, he had them build the hanging gardens of Babylon, a vision of such grandeur that it was called by all who saw it one of the wonders of the world. And Nebuchadnezzar set his new won slaves at heavy tasks to build even greater monuments to his glory and the glory of his gods. One of these idols was Bel-Marduk, and the slaves were forced to build the great temple of Bel-Marduk for his worship. But though they built the temple, they would not worship the strange god. And because of this, the slaves were hated by their Babylonian masters. Among those who as children had been brought captive from Jerusalem, there was a man named Daniel. He was not as other men, but was skillful in all wisdom, cunning in knowledge and understanding science, so that for many years he had been chosen to stand in the king's palace.
Stop it!
Nahum, it's useless.
So it is you, here to make trouble again.
Now is the time to get away.
What about you?
I'll be all right. Go.
Look, Daniel. Praying to his God. Always his God. It is an insult to our God, Bel-Marduk. But Nebuchadnezzar, your father, does not forbid it.
Every day these slaves become more insolent. And this Daniel, he's the worst of all. He sets an example they follow. That is only because you, the king, tolerate him. You have tolerated him a long time, my father.
Yes, my son, a long time. Some 50 years.
50 years. You say it almost proudly. I sometimes think you like this slave.
It is not that I like him. I cannot administer the affairs of the empire without him.
He has bewitched you.
Perhaps he has. He is a very wise man.
It is Daniel who really rules Babylon.
I rule Babylon.
But Daniel sits at your right hand. Why do I not sit at your right hand?
Soon you will sit on the throne itself, my son. Enter.
Daniel requests an audience with the king.
Let him come in.
Yes, let the slave come in and interrupt an audience between the king and his son.
The king and his son do little else but quarrel. It is well that they be interrupted.
Greetings, great king of Babylon, and greetings to the king's son.
It is plain you prefer this man to me.
The rude vigor of youth I think I prefer the infirmities of age.
Age has set his leveling hand on both of us.
He has set it on me more than on you, Daniel.
Age has no fear even of kings.
You and age have much in common. Too much, perhaps.
Perhaps. If you would kill me for speaking out, then kill me. How much suffering can any beast of burden bear? Daily it grows worse.
You can stop their suffering, Daniel. Simply stop praying to your God.
And give the honor to your god, Belmarduk.
I do not ask that.
No, that may come later, after I'm gone.
It would be well for your people to begin making their peace with Belshazzar. You think of me as a man of wrath, but he will not hesitate to kill you all.
I have a premonition my people may survive both Belshazzar and Babylon.
Nahum.
Rachel.
The soldiers are looking for you. They've been everywhere.
Have they been here?
Yes, and they'll be back. Oh, Nahum, they will kill you.
They will have to catch me first.
But you have no chance. You must escape from Babylon tonight. I will go with you.
Yes, my little Rachel. You will go with me. To certain death. I prefer to stay here.
Oh, Nahum, you must go.
No, Rachel.
Daniel, tell him he must run away. Now.
Yes, he must run away.
Your advice does not surprise me.
But not to save his life. To give it, to throw it away if need be.
Throw it away? For what?
Freedom.
What do you mean?
Out there, many days' journey away, lies Jerusalem in ruins. You have never seen it. There are very few of us left who have seen it. For more than 50 years, I have lived for one thing.
To keep us united in our faith.
And to set us free. To march out of the gates of Babylon a free man. At the head of a free people. That dream alone has kept me alive.
To set us free? We are no nearer to that than we were 50 years ago. The mighty Babylonian Empire would have to be overthrown.
Yes. I, too, wish to strike a blow. A decisive blow.
To overthrow Babylon?
Far away in the empire of Media, there lives a young man, a shepherd. For many years in traveler's tales and the stars, I have studied this boy. There's a secret about his birth, and there's another secret about his future. He is the man who has the power to overthrow Babylon.
What is his name?
The boy's name is Cyrus. He may never use this power. He may die a shepherd. But his power must be used. And he must be grateful to us, the slaves of Babylon. Someone must see to it that all those things must come to pass. Someone young, strong, and determined. You are the man I need.
No. No, I am not the man.
You wish to strike a blow?
A blow, yes, to kill Belshazzar. But this plan of yours...
This is not my plan. The course of history is determined by divine power.
I am not worthy.
No man is completely worthy to do God's work. I know the best of you, Nahum. And the worst, restless, impulsive, passionate. Yes. Now you must be the opposite. Wise, persevering, self-controlled.
All the things you are.
You must be me.
For how long?
Perhaps a lifetime. You must send him away.
But we were betrothed. I should have known. I should have known it could never be.
We have struck our first blow. Will this take us nearer our goal?
It is still a long way off. But together we will bring down Babylon and set our people free.
To escape from Babylon was held impossible. The high walls of the city were well guarded. The eyes of sentries were everywhere. But Nahum, as a boy, had once found a way out. He had been caught and flogged, but he had never forgotten. The way was dangerous, but it was the only way. And so Nahum set forth on his quest. Beyond the Euphrates, beyond the Tigris, beyond the Zagros mountains he traveled, into the heart of the empire of Media. And always he asked of everyone he met the same question. Do you know of a shepherd named Cyrus? And always the answer was the same. No, or a shake of the head, or a blank look. Days passed into weeks, and still the answer was the same, until Nahum began to doubt the wisdom of Daniel.
Health and happiness to you, shepherd. May I rest here a moment? I have traveled many miles, and I'm apt to travel many more before my journey is ended. My name is Nahum. I'm looking for a young man, a shepherd like yourself. His name is...
Cyrus?
Yes. Do you know him?
You've been asking many questions about me. I do not like questions.
So you are Cyrus. I thought perhaps...
I cannot what you thought. You're a stranger. I do not like strangers. You're from one of the great cities.
Yes, Babylon. I suppose you do not like Babylon.
Go back home, stranger. You're not wanted here.
You have not heard what I have to say.
And I cannot. I have work to do.
Now wait. You will hear what I have to say.
It is little enough to offer a stranger. Simple fare and country comfort.
Bread and cheese are a feast when one has traveled far.
The journey ahead of you, is it still a long one?
Not as long as I thought it might be. Before I met this lad, whom you call your son.
Whom we call our son?
I told you, traveler, these are my parents.
Does any man know for certain who his parents are?
Says strange words, traveler. Explain them.
I think you can explain them. Whose child is he? Speak the truth, no harm will come to you. Whose child is he?
You will get no answer from her.
She has no tongue.
How did this happen?
I do not know, and she cannot tell me.
But when?
It was years ago. The child was coming soon, and I wanted to be with her. But I was caught by an early winter storm in one of the high mountain passes with the sheep. When I came back, our son was nearly a month old. And she was like this.
And you have no idea of why?
From time to time, she used to serve in the palace. I suppose somehow she offended some important personage.
Your weaving is beautiful. An image of Cyrus.
There's nothing she cannot picture on the loom.
Yes. Yes, I can see that.
No.
It is all here. You must have worked on it for years. The visit from the king's men. The child swathed in royal purple. Given to you to expose in the wilderness to die because they were afraid to kill a king's son. Your own child, stillborn. The dead child put out on a hillside. The living child raised as your own. And you could never tell him because of what the soldiers had done to you.
We kept the secret only to protect you. But we have loved you as our own son.
All my life, I've heard a tale whispered about our king Astyages. That he had his daughter's child killed because it was prophesied that one day that child would take his place. And I'm that child.
Yes, you are the rightful king of Persia, one of the provinces of Media.
Does Astyages know that I'm still alive?
No, you must tell him and claim your inheritance.
Age hasn't softened our king. He'll kill me himself this time.
I don't think he will kill you.
What's your interest in this matter?
I desire to sit at the right hand of the king.
And you expect me to risk my life for a prophecy?
There's a kingdom to be gained. Surely it is worth a risk.
I've lived my life as a shepherd. I'll die a shepherd. I want no kingdom.
You don't seem to realize what it means to be king. Luxuries like you have never imagined. Slaves, armies at your command, rich raiment. Every maiden in the land will be eager to be your bride. You may choose whomever you wish to be your queen.
I can marry whom I choose?
Yes, whomever you choose.
But Astyages, The risk.
I will take the risk. I will speak for you.
I wish to send a present to the king's daughter, Princess Mandalay.
Another present for the royal household. What is it this time?
A tapestry.
Why don't you keep it? The princess has many tapestries.
Not like this one. I'll be waiting here if she wishes to thank me.
Thank you, Latea. You may go now.
You are still beautiful, my child. But sometimes I wish it were not so.
Why?
Your beauty is wasted.
My life is wasted. My husband had lived, or my son. But a woman that's neither a wife nor a mother sometimes wonders why she was born.
Mandalay, you must turn your back upon the past.
The past is mine. No one can take it from me.
What is this?
Oh, it's a gift from one of your subjects. I haven't looked at it. Is it good workmanship?
No, very poor.
Let me see it. Why, it's beautiful. A child. A royal child. That should have been killed, but who still lives. I must know who sent this.
And this was found around the infant's neck. Placed there, I suppose, by his mother.
Yes, I put it there to protect him. Father is gone. He didn't believe your story.
Do you?
Take me to this Cyrus.
King Astyages.
Yes. And who do you say you are?
Cyrus, a shepherd.
You claim to be more than that. Speak.
I have been told that I'm your grandson.
My grandson. Kill him.
No. I seem to see my husband's eyes in yours.
Seem to see is no proof.
Was it you that made the tapestry? And you found this around his neck?
Many people wear the talisman of our god Mithras.
I placed it round his neck on a colored thread. Do you remember the color of that thread? Your name is Cyrus?
So Cyrus was accepted as a prince in the palace of Astyages, and Nahum undertook the next part of Daniel's strange plan. To him fell the task of molding a king from a shepherd, of teaching him the ways of a court and the arts of war. For Cyrus must now rule the kingdom that had been his father's, the kingdom of Persia, in his grandfather's empire of Media.
I'm only too glad that we leave soon for Persia.
King Astyages has been most generous to me, Nahum. He's made me ruler of Persia.
All that's to impress your mother.
Nahum, before we go, there's one thing I wish to do.
And that is?
To take a bride.
So soon?
You said I could have my choice of all the maidens in the kingdom.
And so you may, but you haven't seen them all yet.
I've no wish to see them all. I've seen Panthea.
Who?
The Princess Panthea. She's as famed for her beauty as was Helen, for whom old Troy was burned. I've seen her but twice. I dreamed of possessing her as a man might dream of the moon.
But now you can have the moon. Where does she live?
In the palace.
I shall arrange for you to meet her at once.
Oh, no, wait. This asking for her hand. Is it right I should do it myself, or should I send an ambassador?
Royal marriages are generally arranged through ambassadors, but if you wish to speak to her yourself...
No. She's been a princess all of her life. I've been a shepherd all my life. When it comes to speaking to her, to proposing marriage, you be my ambassador, Nahum.
Of course, Cyrus. Ready?
Ready.
Head.
Princess, Cyrus sends an emissary and begs you to hear a message of great importance.
You haven't been feeling well, have you, darling? Who's Cyrus?
The king of all the Persians. My name is Nahum.
Ah, yes. You're the man who made your trembling shepherd exchange his wooden staff for a tin scepter. It was boldly done. Now there's matter of great importance. What is it?
King Cyrus sends you his profoundest love and respect, and begs that you share with him the throne of Persia.
The throne of Persia? There's no throne of Persia. It may exist in the daydreams of a witless shepherd. I will sit on a throne one day, but it will be a real throne. And the king next to me will be a real king. Go and tell that to your shepherd master, Nathan.
My name is Nahum.
Nahum. An odd name. I shall try to remember.
Who sent you?
Astyages.
You see, he is determined to kill you. If you value your own life, you must overthrow Astyages.
Are you sure the army's ready?
It can march tomorrow.
You may give the order.
And so it came to pass that the small but well-trained army of Cyrus marched to its first battle against the mighty armies of King Astyages. Nahum could now see the wisdom of Daniel unfold.
Just now, I was a dead man, but for you. I swear now by my god Mithras, I will give you whatever reward you ask for.
You are too generous, Cyrus. May I claim it at a later time?
Whenever you wish.
Then I will ask for it after you've taken Babylon.
Taken Babylon? What sort of plans do you have for me, Nahum? I'll be satisfied if I can but defeat Astyages. 3 battles in a row he's won from me now. I doubt if my men will follow me into a 4th. I doubt if I will lead them into a 4th.
He doubts if he will lead him into a 4th.
Daniel, have you heard the new decree? Nebuchadnezzar has just issued
Right now, I'm not concerned with the decrees of Nebuchadnezzar. Only with the decrees of heaven. There's a foreign prince named Cyrus, whose affairs are at a crisis. Somehow I must help him to pass that crisis.
A foreign prince. There is a crisis facing you, Daniel, here and now. The king has just issued a decree that anyone who prays to any other god but Belmodic in the next 30 days shall be cast into the den of lions.
Den of lions?
It is aimed at you, Daniel. Don't fall into the trap. Pray in private if you must, with curtains drawn. It is only for 30 days.
Belshazzar is behind this.
That may be. But we must not lose you for the sake of a gesture. You are our leader. We look to you.
Must I not be worthy to be your leader?
Served me for 50 years, Daniel.
He has defied you for 50 years.
Be quiet. Only pray to our god, Belmodic, and you may go free.
O Lord my God, I believe in thee, and only in thee.
You have doomed yourself, Daniel. Release the lions. We will return at daybreak.
Lord God, I believe in thee.
I wonder if there's enough left of him for the other slaves to bury.
God has sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths. They have not hurt me. And this he had done because I believe in my God.
It's a trick. The lions are not hungry. They've been fed.
So it was a trick. The lions were not hungry. We shall see if it is a trick.
You're alive. Daniel, God was with you.
As I stood there, serene in the certainty of his help, I found the knowledge I was seeking.
Knowledge?
How to help a foreign prince win his battle with a beaten army.
Tomorrow at the 9th hour after sunrise, the light of the sun will be blotted out, for the gods are with us, and they will keep the whole world cold and dark till all of Astyages' army lays down its arms.
Tell that to your king. Take him to the front line and release him. You're sure this will come to pass?
It will come to pass.
At the 9th hour after sunrise, unless we throw down our arms, the light of the sun will be blotted out.
No one can foretell when the sun will go out. The shepherd is trying to frighten us with his nursery tales.
The sun! It's going out!
Prophecy was fulfilled.
And as it was foretold, so it happened. The earth was plunged into darkness at midday, and the soldiers of Astyages dropped their weapons in fear. And Astyages, the king of Media, surrendered his throne to his grandson, as it had been prophesied.
Grandson, the prophecy has been fulfilled. All that remains now is for you to kill me.
You will end your days as a shepherd. Who knows, you may find yourself happier than when you were king. Tomorrow, Nahum, we will be in the palace. I don't think Panthea will scorn the idea of sharing my throne this time.
No, I don't think she will.
Who would have thought that I would someday be lord of this whole land?
You may rule even more than this, Cyrus.
No. No more conquests. I shall be satisfied if I can rule Media. And Panthea. You best retire early, Nahum. We leave for the palace at dawn.
The messenger with the odd name. Nahum. You see, I remember.
Thank you.
I've been expecting you. You may tell your royal master that I'm not interested in him, the throne of Persia, or Media.
Then perhaps I can interest you in a greater throne. Babylon.
How can you offer me the throne of Babylon?
It will serve my purpose, to serve your ambition.
What is your purpose, Nahum?
Whatever it may be, will prevent you from taking the throne of Babylon from my hand.
Let me see your hand. Empty.
Now. But if you say the word, we will close it on Babylon. Like this.
I'm listening.
The king of Babylon grows old. Belshazzar, his son, is yet unmarried. he will ask for you as his wife.
Because you stand before me with a clenched fist?
No. The man who really rules Babylon is a man named Daniel. He will spread the fame of your beauty, arouse Belshazzar's desire, and arrange the marriage.
You'll achieve your purpose as you set aside all the emotions that trap men and women into giving up what they want. Do you ever wonder if whatever it is worth it?
No, never.
Yes, you'll get what you want, as I will. I leave for Tarsus within the hour. I have relatives there with whom I can stay until I hear from you.
Good. And you had best remain there until I send word. Otherwise, Belshazzar might take what he wants without formalities. I must return to camp. Farewell, princess.
Farewell, Nahum.
Have you heard what Belshazzar has done to Azariah, Hananiah, and Mishael? This is only a foretaste of what is to come. He intends to kill us all.
Perhaps he has not destroyed them.
With my own eyes, I saw them hurled into the furnace.
I was put into a lion's den.
Yes, Daniel, but with you, it's...
I had faith in God. They have faith in God.
We will not serve thy gods, they said. Our gods whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning furnace. If he so wills it. It would seem he does not so will it. Look in the flames. Do you see something moving?
I see figures of men. 3 men. No, there's a 4th. Look! Look!
Dazzles my eyes.
Our God has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him.
Again, I tell you, Nahum, the army is too large. We've no need for such a mighty host. Frightens my neighbors. Frightens me.
The time to be frightened is when your army is weak. You have one which could take Babylon itself.
Babylon? That's impossible. I want no war with Babylon. Nahum, the army must be disbanded.
Oh, but Cyrus...
It is a command.
As the king wishes.
Now, have you any news of Panthea?
I am investigating a rumor that she has fled to Thessaly.
Strange that she should have run away. When I find her, I shall ask her why she did it.
A message for you.
You may go. Daniel to Nahum, greetings. Belshazzar is becoming much interested in the reputed charms of Panthea. He has sent sculptors to Tarsus to reproduce her features.
She was indeed exquisite. I have seen no one like her.
She is said to be the fairest woman in Asia.
It is no exaggeration.
The likeness had better not flatter her.
My feeble talents could not do justice to her beauty.
Perhaps Prince Belshazzar doubts whether he can do justice to her beauty.
Well, my son, do you think you could?
Well, of course I could. All I want is a chance.
Nahum.
Yes, Cyrus.
Why have you not disbanded the army as I commanded?
Well, to disband an army of such size is a vast project. The men simply cannot be turned loose to starve. Each man must have a parcel of land, yoke of oxen, sacks of seed.
I see very little of this happening. Let it happen at once, or it'll be the worse for you.
You may go. Cyrus.
Yes?
Panthea has been found.
Where?
In Babylon.
Babylon?
Oh, rather on her way to Babylon. She is betrothed to Belshazzar.
Wait, Nahum, where are you going?
To fulfill the king's command. To disband the army.
No.
No?
You have said many times that my army could take Babylon.
And so it could.
We will march on Babylon.
And now the long and arduous quest was nearing its end. The moment for which Nahum had planned these weary months, of which Daniel had dreamed these weary years, was at last approaching. The moment that would bring the irresistible legions of Cyrus against the impregnable walls of Babylon.
One of our advance guard.
Sire, we have overtaken a caravan on its way to Babylon. We have disarmed its guards and are holding it for your inspection.
A merchant caravan?
No, sire. It is the escort of a royal personage. A woman who says she is the betrothed of Belshazzar of Babylon.
Panthea.
That is the name she gave us.
I'll see for myself if it's really she. Perhaps it will not be necessary to attack Babylon after all. Nahum. It was Panthea. It's all settled. She's consented to become my queen.
I will give the orders for the army to return to Media.
No. I cannot force upon her a lesser place than the one she would have had if we hadn't overtaken her. She made me see that. She shall be queen of Babylon. No other throne is worthy of her.
Yes. You are right, Cyrus.
I must travel ahead with my army. You will remain with her. It's a 5-day march to Babylon, and she'll need protection. I'll leave an escort for you. And Nahum, I owe you much, and I'm grateful. But if she has any complaints to make of your stewardship, you will not live to see Babylon.
My princess.
You promised to wait in Tarsus until I sent word.
I couldn't wait any longer.
If you go to Babylon now, you will ruin everything.
For you.
The time is not yet ripe.
But Belshazzar is. He sent for me, which is something you did not foresee. You thought to use me to serve your purpose only. To incite Cyrus to send his armies against Babylon. I told you you would succeed. You have too well. Cyrus or Belshazzar, I must win with either. You must lose with both.
In 5 days, my purpose will be achieved. And that you cannot prevent.
You mean you and I together for 5 days?
Until we reach Babylon.
To Nahum, traveling slowly with Panthea in the wake of Cyrus's army, the fall of Babylon could not arrive too soon.
Princess, the day has been long and the journey hard. May we rest here for tonight?
Very well. Nahum,
Yes, Princess.
haven't I told you to stop addressing me as princess?
I'm sorry. Panthea.
Where are your thoughts, Nahum? The past and future? Or the present?
The past. There are some things I cannot forget.
And why think of the past?
I cannot forget my life was a world of slavery.
You were a slave?
Yes. I'm no different from any of my people.
Tell me about your people.
There are so many stories. And Ruth said, "Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, will I go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. And where thou diest, will I die, and there will I be buried."
I like the stories of your people. Soon I shall be hearing them no more. Tomorrow is our last day.
Feeble. Let him be. What a way for a great king to die. Eating grass like an animal.
It is just as Daniel foretold him.
Or bewitched him.
God of our fathers, forgive him.
Great king. Cyrus approaches with a vast army, and our army is not ready.
I am ready. As Cyrus will find that sometimes the larger an army, the more quickly it will devour itself.
Where is your army, king of mighty Babylon?
I need no army to defeat that rabble at your back. All I need are these walls that have never yet been breached. Within these walls, we stored food enough to last us half a score of years. Now, how long will your food last, Osiris? How long will that vast multitude of yours live off a scorched earth? Go home, Cyrus! Go home or die here!
And after living many more years in Egypt, as the greatest of the slaves of Pharaoh, Joseph died, surrounded by his brothers. And his last words to them were, God will surely visit you and bring you out of the land of exile back to the land of your fathers.
Did they return to their own land?
Yes. Moses, with God's help, led them out of their captivity.
They're beautiful stories. My favorite is the one of Ruth. Whither thou goest, I will go. Whither thou diest, I will die. And there I will be buried. Our journey is ended. Tomorrow you rejoin Cyrus and besiege Babilon. I suppose one day we will both be buried there.
No. After we have taken the city, I should be leaving Babylon.
You mean I've had a friend for 5 days only? And now we must part forever? Nahum.
General, how long would it take to send for siege equipment?
Bring it over the mountains and then the desert? Nahum once lived in Babylon. He might have some knowledge that would help us.
Yes. Where is Nahum? He should be here.
He and the Lady Panthea reached the oasis last night. Shall I send for him?
No. We shall go to him.
And all my life, they taught me only one thing, that I should one day be a queen. But I want to be a woman with you. I love you, Nahum. We shall go away together.
Has Nahum offended you?
In the worst possible way.
Kill him.
No, wait. Let me order his punishment.
What is your wish?
I'm not quite sure yet. You will require his help in taking Babilon.
That may be so.
Then I shall decide what his fate shall be after you've taken Babilon.
They hate us, these slaves. All of them. They know we're besieged. They may open the gates to Cyrus.
The gates are guarded.
Even so, they're a danger.
They're eating up our food. Before the siege is lifted, we'll need every mouthful.
Troy was besieged for 10 years. And taken. I say kill them.
But how can we kill them? We throw them to the lions or put them in the flames. Nothing harms them.
I think swords and spears will cut their flesh.
Their God has saved 3 of them from the flames. But he cannot save them all. I'll put their God to a real test. I'll throw them all into a fiery furnace. But how? For 50 years, they begged to return to Jerusalem. Very well. Tell them the time is at hand when they shall leave Babylon forever.
Why do they send us out the east gate? Jerusalem is to the west.
Who knows? We will still get to Jerusalem.
Why do we leave at night?
They're going out the west gate.
Well, Daniel, you're still here. Have you abandoned your people whom you love so much?
I have come for the sacred vessels your father took from the temple.
The sacred vessels?
We shall rebuild the holy city and the temple your father destroyed. The vessels will be needed for prayer.
Your pardon, Daniel. I had forgotten. Abel, beg Daniel's pardon.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
The sacred vessels from the temple at Jerusalem. Have them brought here at once.
throw them all into a fiery furnace, Belshazzar had said. And in this high-walled ravine, there was no escape from the fire behind them, or the fire racing down upon them.
Daniel, your sacred vessels. Drink. Drink from the sacred vessels of Jerusalem. These words mean?
Will no one tell me what these words mean? Abel, this falls within your duties. Interpret this writing.
I know not. I cannot tell.
You, Daniel, do you know what they mean?
Yes. Mene is to divide. The Kale is a scale, a balance. Ufasin is the Persian Cyrus. The whole meaning is, God has numbered your kingdom and brought it to an end. You are weighed in the balance and found wanting. Your kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians.
It is not I that am doomed, but your people, all of you. Even now they're being destroyed. The feast is ended, and you, Daniel, have lost. Your God is false.
I tell you, no army could break the city walls. It's invincible. Of course, Nahum has said Babylon could be taken. Perhaps he has some plan.
I once escaped from Babylon. If one can get out, one can get back in.
city. Warn the palace.
The outer defenses of the palace are forced. Cyrus's armies are everywhere.
I will yet live to teach your people fear.
No.
Greetings, King and Queen of Babylon.
You've done well, Nahum. All that you've prophesied has come to pass. You've made it come to pass. And now I have 2 vows to fulfill. The first is to yourself. The second is about yourself. First, the vow I made that I would give you whatever reward you asked for.
May I have another ask for me?
If you wish.
Daniel.
Nahum asks me to speak for him because I know more than anyone else what is in his heart. He and I have been working for the same thing for a long time. Our people were brought here in chains and slavery. Our people ask that they may be returned now to our own land and rebuild it. We ask for our freedom.
You will be given your freedom and ample provision for your journey.
Your name shall be remembered throughout the ages.
And now the vow I made to you, my queen. Have you decided if he should die?
Yes, he shall die. But in his own land, surrounded by his brothers. For your God will surely visit you and bring you out of the land of exile, back to the land of your fathers. And from this day on, you shall never again look on Babylon.
This captivity is over. There may be others, but now we will be able to withstand all suffering.
Our work is not yet over. It is just the beginning.
Nahum! Nahum!